Learning English with English Faculties.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're looking at one of the most misunderstood yet absolutely crucial punctuation marks in the English language, the apostrophe. I mean, it looks like a little flying comma, right? But it actually lives a very specific and kind of fascinating double life. So, what does this tiny floating mark actually do? If you're a beginner, it can honestly seem like apostrophes are just sprinkled into words randomly whenever something ends in an S. But I promise you, no way, they aren't. They have two very specific, very important jobs. And look, if you can master these two jobs, you're going to unlock a massive piece of reading and writing in English. Section 1. Job 1, making contractions. You know, English speakers love to talk fast, which means we naturally love to shorten our words. A contraction is just what happens when an apostrophe takes the place of a missing letter, or even multiple letters, to shorten a phrase. Think of the apostrophe as this brave little stand-in. It steps right into the exact spot where letters drop out of a word, holding the whole thing together perfectly. Take the phrase it. When we speak quickly, we tend to drop the I and is and smash what's left together. And this brilliantly illustrates how the apostrophe slides right into the empty space left by that missing I. Boom, we get the contraction, it's. Here's another classic one. Look at do not. When we shorten it, the O in not completely disappears. Notice how that empty space is perfectly replaced by our helpful punctuation mark to create don't. The apostrophe is literally marking the exact spot of the missing letter. Let's run through a rapid-fire list of common contractions you're going to see all the time. She's takes the place of she is. I'll is a great one because multiple letters drop out. It stands for I will, so the apostrophe replaces both the W and the I. There replaces they are, and wasn't replaces was not. In every single case here, the apostrophe is doing the exact same job. It's essentially waving a flag saying, hey, there used to be some letters right here. Section 2, Job 2, showing possession. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is we are leaving missing letters completely behind and moving to the second half of our little marks double life. By possession, we simply mean ownership. The basic rule here is that we add an apostrophe followed by the letter S to a noun. This shows that someone or something owns something else. The apostrophe acts like a little visual tag tying an owner directly to their item. For instance, look at the girl's book. The apostrophe S is attached directly to the girl. That visual connection tells us 100% that the book belongs to her. It is an incredibly efficient way to show ownership without having to awkwardly say the book that belongs to the girl. And this formula works across the board. James's book shows a person's name taking the apostrophe S. The children's book shows a plural group owning something. It even works for places, like the school's rules. The rules belong to the school. The formula is beautifully consistent. Section 3, plurals versus possessives, knowing the difference. Let's move to and see how this builds, because this right here is the biggest trap beginners fall into, confusing plurals with possessives. Both usually end in the letter S, so yeah, it can be visually tricky at first glance. But look at the visual contrast. Just saying 3 girls simply has an S at the end. That's a plural. It just means there is more than one girl. But the girl's clothes, with an apostrophe S, that's possessive. It tells us who owns those clothes. No apostrophe, plural. Apostrophe, ownership. Let's lock this in with one more comparison. Many schools, that's just more than one school, right? But the school's rules, adding that apostrophe S changes the entire function of the word. It turns the school into an owner. Recognizing this visual difference is a massive game changer for your reading and writing. Section 4. Watch out for exceptions, the rule breakers. All right, I do have to give you a gentle warning here. Because it's the English language, we naturally have a few sneaky exceptions. Just when you think you've nailed ownership, we hit the rule breakers. While almost all nouns need an apostrophe S to show possession, there is a special group of words that literally don't. Words like its, yours, ours, and theirs. Why? Well, these specific words are already possessive by their very nature. They don't need the little apostrophe tag because ownership is already baked right into their meaning. Take a look at this sentence from our source material. The snake reared its head. So the crucial point is noticing the word its. Notice something? There is absolutely no apostrophe there. If you wrote IT''s, well, actually, scratch that, you'd be using our Job 1 rule. You'd be writing the contraction for it is, and that would make the sentence read, the snake reared its head, which obviously makes zero sense.
And that brings us to the end of this explainer. So are you ready to use the apostrophe out in the real world? Just remember it's double life. Job 1, stepping in for missing letters to make contractions like don't or its. Job 2, attaching before an S to show ownership like the girl's book. Keep those 2 jobs straight in your mind, watch out for those sneaky plurals, and you're going to be spelling like an expert in absolutely no time. Next time you pick up a pen, you'll know exactly what to do. But it really does make you wonder if the apostrophe is secretly living a double life, what other punctuation marks are out there hiding secret identities of their own?